It is so touching that the late Abba Kyari actually dropped a letter for the President Muhammadu Buhari before his death. And the letter is actually touching. If you get to see it, how he got into office and all of office and all that happened in between and close to his death, and all was what he actually wrote to the president. More details of this will come to you shortly, but my people, please, if you have not subscribed to Saffron Media, please hit the red subscribe button down below and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Yes, it says right here that touching see Abba Kyari last letter to President Muhammadu Buhari before his death. The announcement of the death of former Chief of Staff to the President, Abba Kyari, came to Nigerians as a quick and rude shock. It has been one of the mixed feelings for the majority of Nigerians. Abba Kyari tested positive to the coronavirus disease upon his return from an official trip to Germany, which is one of the high-risk countries for the disease. He later died on the 17th of April 2020. While breaking his silence after days of his contraction of the disease, Abba Kyari, in a letter to the president, which was seen by Sahara reporters, admitted to testing positive to the disease, but said that as a precautionary measure, he will be going to Lagos for further tests and observation. He said that he was going to make his own arrangement so as not to overburden the public health system, which is already stretched. He advised Nigerians not to listen to fake news as President Muhammadu Buhari would do whatever is necessary to protect the health and safety of Nigerians. I will read out Abba Kyari's full letter to President Buhari before his death on the 29th of March 2020 in Abuja. He says, I am writing to let you know that on medical advice, I will be transferred to Lagos later today for additional tests and observation. This is a precautionary measure. I feel well, but last week I tested positive for coronavirus, the pandemic that is sweeping the world. I have followed all the protocols government has announced to self-isolate and quarantine. I have made my own care arrangement to avoid further burdening the public health system, which faces so many pressures like many others that will test positive also. I have not experienced high fever or other symptoms associated with this new virus and have been working from home. I hope to be back at my desk very soon. I have a team of young professional, knowledgeable and patriotic colleagues whose dedication has been beyond the call of duty, who continue to work 7 days a week with no time of the day spared. We will continue to serve the President and people of Nigeria as we have for the past 5 years. I want to thank all our fantastic, talented and brave healthcare professionals working across the country in such a difficult time. All the good Samaritans looking out for the most vulnerable in our communities, the key workers that will keep our country going through this, friends and family and often strangers who have sent me such warm wishes and displayed such a generosity of spirit. We should be calm, measured and diligent, be meticulous in your hygiene, especially with cleaning hands. If possible, stay at home or keep your distance. Listen to good advice from the proper authorities. Pay no heed to quack cures or fake news from social media. President Buhari, please do whatever it takes to protect the health and safety of our people and get the country back on its feet as soon as possible. Like the whole world, we are dealing with a new disease. Our experts are learning more all the time about coronavirus, what it does and how we can combat it. What we do is that we will some way become very sick. Many others who contract the virus will not and may have no symptoms at all. This is a disease that recognizes no difference between north and south, men or women, rich or poor. We are all in this together. Abba Kyari was the chief of staff to the President Muhammadu Buhari, and Abba Kyari was born in 1952 to a Kanuri family born from Borno State. He was educated in St. Paul's College in Wasusa, Zaria, and later considered joining the Nigerian Army following advice from Maman Daura and Ibrahim Tahi in 1976. He met President General Muhammad Buhari, who was the then governor of Borno State. From 1988 to 1990, he was the editor with the New African Holding Limited, Kaduna. He also served as Commissioner for Forestry and Animal Resources in Borno State in the 90s. And from the 90s to 1995, Abba Kyari was the secretary to the board of the African International Bank Limited, a subsidiary of Bank of Credit and Commerce International. Abba Kyari was an executive director in charge of management service at United Bank for Africa and was later appointed the chief executive officer in 2002. He was appointed a board director to Unilever Nigeria Limited and later served on the board of ExxonMobil Nigeria. In August 2015, Abba Kyari was appointed Chief of Staff to the President Muhammadu Buhari. As Chief of Staff, he was widely considered to be the face of the cabal and the most powerful person in the Buhari's administration. During the administration's first term, he worked mainly behind the scenes to implement the president's agenda. In 2019, with Buhari's re-election for second term, he ordered his cabinet to channel all requests through Abba Kyari's office, further enhancing his influence within government circles and being labeled as the de facto head of government. In 2017, following a leaked memo, Abba Kyari became embroiled in a public argument with the head of civil service, who was later removed from office and arrested. In 2020, in another leaked memo, Babangana Monguno, the national security advisor to the president, accused Abba Kyari of meddling in matters of national security. Abba Kyari was married to the sister-in-law of Ibrahim Tahi and had 4 children, namely Aisha Nuruddin Ibrahim and Zainab. Unfortunately, he died on the 29th of March 2020 after contracting the deadly coronavirus. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the letter that was written by Abba Kyari to the president. Really, it was touching. But I think Abba Kyari was one of the challenges and the problems we began to have in Nigeria, because imagine the president saying that everyone should channel whatever they want to do with him to the chief of staff. It is after the chief of staff have gone through it, that is when, you get to see the president and make your request known. Because in 2019, like it was explained, that he worked on the ground, but later on, he came to be the face of, that very cabinet and Buhari's led administration. But at the end of the day, God knows best, and somehow, from the coronavirus he contracted, he lost his life, and that was it for him. So, guys, you all know the story about Abba Kyari. We just want to intimate you with the letter he wrote before he died. Yes, guys, thank you for enjoying this. Do have a pleasant time. Bye.